This is my skin.
And I'm just wondering why no matter how much skincare I put on, my skin is still dry. I learned about something called surface dryness, and it's very different to dry skin or dehydrated skin and can happen to all skin types, especially oily girls like me. So about 3 years ago, I first learned of this term when I went into one of my very rare facials, and she was looking at my skin saying the top of it was quite dehydrated and surface dry while the rest of my skin was okay. And I was like, what does that even mean? And I started looking into it. So surface dry is where the top layer of your skin is dry and wrinkly on the outside, but normal or even oily underneath. So the best analogy I can find right now is this purple sweet potato, where on the inside it's gooey and jammy and soft, but on the outside you have to peel that dry layer off. And that's what skin dryness is. It's like 2 layers where the top is impenetrable because it's dry and flaky, and then the bottom layers are nice and moist. So we want to balance it. And actually, I think a lot of people have this. It's a real problem because it can really prematurely age our skin. One major thing to point out is that dry, oily skin is a genetic skin type, but surface dryness or even dehydration are skin conditions. So conditions we can change with, external lifestyle patterns as well as skincare and our routine. So I'm going to show you one of the best ways in this routine using PDRN as the key ingredient, specifically from VT. You guys know that I've loved the VT PDRN. So just quickly, for those of you who haven't heard about this whole craze of PDRN, it's a very popular injection that they do in Asia, but most well known in Korea because it helps to firm the skin, to smooth the skin, to replenish the skin. And PDRN is where they take the cell fragments and formulate it into something. So instead of PDRN from salmon sperm DNA, this PDRN from VT is extracted from ginseng. And the active ingredient in ginseng that helps with our skin look ravishing is the ginsenoside, which is a potent antioxidant. It's helping with anti-aging and fine lines. And so the PDRN version is that on steroids. So it's like honestly doing the most. So I created an AM routine and also a PM routine that I'll walk you through. Okay, so starting with the AM or morning routine, first step is not even a product, is assess your skin.
Good morning. Normally, if I'm severely surface dry and dehydrated, this area will be very bumpy, but actually, I think last night I did okay with moisturizing it, so it's actually quite supple still. It's just dryness around this bottom region that I have to figure out. I'm getting these breakouts around the nose and dry skin and breakouts on my jaw. Instead of taking all these as a bad sign, I actually love learning how to read my skin now. This is when I'll kind of know how much toner, serum, or moisturizer to put on for the day.
Then is cleansing. So cleansing is super important AM and PM, but for me personally, I don't properly cleanse with an actual cleanser in the morning. Most of the times I just splash my face with water to get rid of that surface dust and dirt and then move on to the rest of my routine. Next, I will always use a toner. You guys know I'm all about the toner sandwich. Toner, 2-3 layers of it, especially in the winter when you're feeling more crispy. So this is the PDRN Mist. It's such a great hydrating base, nourishing base, and the more that you layer, the more it feels like a moisturizer. So if you have super dry skin, I would say you can use upwards of 3 layers. If you have oily skin, if it's in the summer, 1 to 2 will suffice, and you just pat all over and you start to feel it change consistency the more you put on. I love it.
The first layer kind of feels just like a lightweight milky toner. For me, if I feel like it's sinking in really quickly, then I'll go through with another layer or 2 layers. I love all the ingredients in here. It's got a ceramide complex, the building blocks of our actual skin. It's got some polyglutamic acid, which is helping break down some dead skin just ever so lightly. And then it's got panthenol, squalane, allantoin, And all of those really protect, moisturize, and heal the skin barrier. So the spray is like a fog mist. It is so nice.
And don't forget the neck. The neck skin, very thin, also crepey, and also like the chest area because this will age. Then after that, sometimes in the summer, I'll skip the serum or ampule and just go straight to a moisturizer or an SPF. But in the transitional and colder seasons, I have to use this essence. It is so good. It's the PDRN 100. I've been using it for years now, and it's that one product I know that can instantly transform my skin from looking dull, fine lines, and textured to instantly dolphin skin.
My ultimate favorite, this is like liquid gold in a bottle for my skin. My mom loves it. She asked me to order like 5 for her for Christmas. And it's because the texture of it literally gives flexibility, elasticity, instantly back into the skin. It gives you like ultimate glass skin. If we want to talk about glass skin, it's this, guys. It's truly this. People with dry skin will love it. Oily skin, you could even use this as a moisturizer. But for me, I'm like very dehydrated, oily, and surface dry, right? So I actually need thicker consistencies like this. It's got similar ingredients to this one, but it's just like turned up, ramped up with the ceramides. That's why it's nice and milky. You can always tell something that's like high in ceramide protection because it's more thick and opaque. And it actually heals the hyperpigmentation so much quicker because your skin needs to be moisturized to heal itself. If it's dry and dehydrated and surface dry, it's not going to be able to heal anything because it's just too busy trying to moisturize itself. And when it tries to moisturize itself, it's not really moisturizing, it's just creating oil, which will then get potentially trapped under surface dryness and cause acne. And I feel like this is so worth it when there's a sale because this guy is not cheap normally. So when there's a good promo, oh my god, I buy like 6 of them.
Then move on to a moisturizer. So for daytime, you could opt for something that's a little bit more lightweight, especially if you're layering an SPF over the top because both of them are moisturizing. So you really want to look for a texture that works for you and your skin. So the cool thing about this moisturizer is that it's got both the gel, but it's also got the capsules of a thicker cream. So it's really up to you how you mix and match it for the day, which is why I love it. Skincare is supposed to be customized. If it's in the summer, I use more of the gel. If it's at night or it's colder and I feel like it's crepey, then maybe I'll use between 1 to 2 of these balls. These balls are very, very nourishing.
This will just seal your skin with that TLC glow that it needs. And even though the capsules are creamy, it doesn't feel sticky. It feels so nice. Really concentrated on pigmentation areas like this. This has actually gone down. It's just a scar at this point. And this really moisturizes those areas. One of my biggest tips for oily girls is wherever you feel like you're really oily, hydrate and moisturize those areas even more because it will help you balance out how much sebum comes out during the day. So this moisturizer is actually crazy. It's got 9 different types of peptides for skin plumping, anti-aging properties, and those have been proven to helping to promote collagen and elastin and just boosting the vitality of our skin. But it's also got 10 different types of hyaluronic acid. That is crazy. And every time I go to the facialist, they keep reminding me, if you have surface dryness or dehydration, you really want to look for these ingredients that will penetrate multiple layers. So the 10 different levels of hyaluronic acid, that just means the size of it is going down into all the different layers of your skin, giving you multi-level hydration and moisturization, which also means that like it will keep my skin locked and moisturized for a longer period of time. And all of these products are fragrance free, so it's perfect for sensitive skin like mine, and it just gives a dewy finish. This guy also has an awesome promo right now, like all of them do.
And then of course, SPF, so choose your SPF of choice.
Literally all the lumps and bumps that I felt have actually softened and flattened, and I can visibly see my skin is brightened from all the hydration and moisturization.
And then something that I've only recently started to do this year after coming back from Korea is re-nourish my skin throughout the day. And that was after I talked to the Korean dermatologist, and he was saying starting from your late 20s to early 30s, you actually need to moisturize throughout the day. And at first I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna bring my moisturizer in my handbag and moisturize, you know? And so finding this PDRN stick balm has been a total game changer. I use this so often. It looks so gnarly because I use it for everything. I talked about it in a previous video. I use it for my cuticles. I use it for my lips when in desperate situations, but most of the time it's so easy to glide onto my crackly T-zone that starts to actually get itchy sometimes, because sitting in air conditioning will dry your skin out. Sitting in heaters will even dry your skin out more. It's like as if you're just in an oven the whole day. And so after learning that tip, it made so much sense. A bunch of you asked a question of like, oh, then do I re-moisturize and re-SPF? So the thing is, if you're gonna reapply your SPF, then just reapply your SPF because that's got moisturizing qualities. All right, now the PM. This is when we really have to level up on our nourishment. Remember, the skin is an organ, right? So it's repairing itself, it's regenerating itself all throughout the time that we're sleeping. So we have to feed it. It's like we're silently feeding it by giving it a little bit more before we sleep. That's kind of like how I think about it. So start with a double cleanse. Double cleanse is the best way because it's also moisturizing your skin a little bit as you're taking it off. So even if you're not wearing makeup or whatever it is, you can still double cleanse. So that's using your favorite oil and then following up with a water-based cleanser. I've actually really enjoyed this VT Riedel cleanser. Even though it says it's a Riedel cleanser, you don't feel any of the prickling, where I'm actually a little confused if it actually has the Cica Riedels in there.
I love how this one has a little bit of PHA and LHA, really gentle exfoliants to just take away that surface dead skin. That's also potentially contributing to the dry wall of skin.
After I cleanse my skin, it's so supplely soft. It definitely feels like it's got those coconut surfactants in it where it doesn't feel tight. I've really been enjoying that. It's like a clear gel that has no fragrance at all, and it's a really nice texture. And then the rest of the routine is pretty much the same as the AM routine. I mean, it's really up to you how much you use, but I typically find I will just amp up how much moisturizer I use because I sleep on my side, and when you do that, a lot of your skincare just goes onto your pillow. But I find that when I put just a little bit more at night in my moisturizer, I get the best skin in the morning. So you might think it's a little bit crazy to do that, but it's really not.
I actually give myself like a little massage while I work in the moisturizer.
So if you're doing all this and you're still finding in the morning that your skin is crepey, it's dry, it's dehydrated, I would say actually trying this PDRN glow mask might be the solution for you, because it's a clear gel that you put all over your skin and then it dries, and it's essentially a DIY sheet mask without the sheet. And so it locks everything and pushes everything in place, but also creates a barrier so that things that touch your skin during sleep don't rub off. So it's like creating this protective dry layer. I don't use this all the time, honestly, because like I am lazy. But on the days that I'm like, oh my God, I just need everything I put on my skin to stay on my skin without anything touching it, this is honestly quite a game changer. And you use this not by itself. You need to put your whole routine on and then lock it in. And then in the morning, you rip it off. So that's our routine, but it's actually really important to kind of approach dryness as a holistic lifestyle thing. So I have other kind of tips that you can try. So when you're sleeping, adding in a humidifier, especially in the colder winter months, definitely makes a problem. It keeps the skin plump and kind of reduces waking up to that crusty, dusty skin. Then another thing that you might have seen me use is the facial steamer. Like, I have grown to really love using this because if you've ever gone to get a facial, they actually blow facial steam into your face as they're applying all the, beautiful products, but you can do this at home. And so this one is essentially the same thing. If you have time, put it on your little vanity on your table and put your skincare on, or if you're sitting in the bath or what have you, right? Love my little steamer. We'll link this below. It's not exactly the same, but we found a similar one. Next one, really important, is inner hydration. And I'm talking about our nourishment and diet because that has everything to do with how our skin looks, starting with bone broth. So I learned from my TCM doctor that bone broths can directly help nourish your skin because your body knows how to absorb the nutrients and feed it through the blood and therefore deliver it to your skin. Whereas drinking water will, help your organs, but it never reaches the skin. So you want something with added nutrients, electrolytes, and things like that. Chicken soup, pork bone, and beef. The last thing is for the body, skin on the face, skin on the body, is body exfoliation. Not all the time is just washing your body able to get rid of that kind of dead, dry, crusty layer. You do have to put in some work to physically exfoliate sometimes. So we did a whole video about body exfoliation, especially in the winter, and re-moisturize your body like there's no tomorrow, and your head to toe will be looking nice and glowing. So now that we know that one reason, I wish us all glowing, supple skin, and make sure you check out the deals this Black Friday because all these products have some of the best prices right now. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I'll see you beauties soon. Bye!